All right, friends, let's get started on our math workshop today. So you'll want to get your everyday math unit review packet. That's a packet we've been working out of this whole time we've been at home. And you want to make sure you turn to Unit 4 review, place value measurement. And it has all these clocks on the front. So that'll help you find it. Look for the clocks. We are going to do 3 quick pages today. So let's get started. Let's see what you remember about clocks. All right, I'm going to zoom in here. It says, write the time. So remember, when we're looking at clocks, we always look at the shorthand first. That shorthand is called the hour hand. So we start with the shorthand and it's pointing to the 3. And then we have our little dot dots. And the 12 is always o'clock or 00. So this one is 3 o'clock. Okay, next one. Now remember, this one is kind of in between. So if we look at the shorthand, if I draw a line in between and it's in between 2 numbers, I'm going to go to the number that's in front. So it's 2, and then we count by 5s to get to our minute hand. So we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and one more hop would be 30. It's 2:30. And that is the reason why that short hour hand is in between the 2 numbers, because it's halfway. The minute hand is halfway around the clock. So the hour hand is going to be halfway in between the 2 hours. The closer this minute hand ticks to the 12, the closer the short hand is going to get to the next number in the hour. Okay? All right, take a look at this one. The hour hand is pointing to the 9. And then we have o'clock again at the top. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the next one. It says, draw the hands to match the time. The time is 8 o'clock. Sorry, y'all. Okay, 8 o'clock. So the little hand or the hour hand would be pointing to the 8. So it's a shorthand. And then o'clock is straight up to the 12. Simple enough. 4:30. Now, remember, just like I said at the top with 2:30 up here, if it's at the 30, it's going to be halfway in between the hours. Okay, so we're not going to put the hour hand on the 4. It has to go in between the 4 and the 5. So here's my 4. See, if I were to keep going, it would be in the middle of the 4 and the 5. And then the minute hand is on the 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. Okay? All right. It says, make sure you're checking the clocks at home. Have your parents help you, or you help your parents read the clocks. Okay, write AM or PM to make the sentence true. Now, remember, AM is in the early morning, which means it could still be dark outside. 12 a.m. Most of you should be asleep. Well, all of you should be asleep at 12 a.m. And then once we hit 12 noon, it becomes p.m., okay? So I eat dinner at 6 p.m. because that would be at night, not in the early mornings. I get home from school at 3:30 p.m. because it's in the day. I wake up at 7:30 a.m. That's still in the morning. It's before lunch. And I eat breakfast at 8 a.m. It's still early in the morning. It's before lunch. Okay? Good job. Check your work with mine, and then you'll flip your paper over, and it'll look like this on the back side. Should have these base 10 blocks. So it says, what number do the blocks show? Well, we just did this with morning work this week. So we have 100, 200, 300. And we have 2 10s. So that equals 20, right? But we're not going to write the 20. It's just 2 and the 10's place value. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. So here is our 1s. Here is our 10s. Here's our 100s. Bloop. Here's a line. Okay, so write the number using expanded notation. That means we're going to stretch it out and break it apart. So we have 300 plus, how many 10s? There's 2 10 sticks, so 10, 20, plus how many ones? 324. If you actually say it out loud, we've talked about this before in class. If you say the number 324, see that? Just actually write it out the way you say it, 324. That is our expanded notation. Write the numbers using expanded notation. Well, we just did this. We're smart. 63 is 60 plus 3 equals 63. And 36 would be 30 plus 6 is 36. Okay. B says write greater than, less than, or equal to. Well, the alligator mouth is going to eat the bigger number. So 63 is bigger than 36. And it says explain how you knew which number was larger. Do not be lazy. Show me your math thinking. You're so smart. Let's get it into words. So how do we know that 63 is larger than 36? Well, if I look in the tens place value, 60 is greater than 30. So let's write this out. I know that 6 tens equals 60. And 3 tens equals 30, period. 60 is greater than 30. You could write this again. 63 is greater than 36. That's all I really need to know. I don't care about the ones place value, but I know that in the tens place value, I have more tens than I do, more tens in 63 than I do 36. Okay, make sure yours matches up and then turn to the next page, which looks like this. Oh crud, I don't have my measuring tape down here in my basement, so I'm going to see if I can have one of you all measure this out. But before we get there, let's come up here. It says use base 10 shorthand. Show 38 plus 16 more. Okay, so base 10 shorthand is just fancy for showing the blocks. So we have to show 38. So 38 would be 3 long sticks. 10, 20, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, plus 16 more. 16 has 1 10 and 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have, now I'm looking at this number and it's telling me something. I've got a lot of little tiny ones. These ones that are together are going to have to equal probably another set of 10. So let's see if we have another set of 10. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Look at that. So I'm going to trade in those little ones for another stick of 10. And then I've got these 4 ones kind of left over. So now let's count up all the big 10 sticks. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 little ones. So the number is 54. It says, show the told with fewest possible blocks. Show the total. I was losing my mind right there for a minute. Show the total with the fewest possible blocks. All right, so 50. So we have to do 5 long 10 sticks. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Okay. Now, I don't have my ruler down here or my measuring tape that I can find. So what I want you to do is, if you have one at home, go ahead and measure out these line segments for us and let us know. They're asking you to measure to the nearest centimeter And I'm gonna guess, and like you all tell me if I'm right. So I'm gonna guess, see, I bet this is about 1 inch. I bet this is about 3 inches. And there's 10 centimeters in 1 inch. I bet it's about 3 inches and it's about 30 centimeters. Somebody measure it for me at home and tell me if I'm right or wrong. And if this is about 3 inches, I bet this one's about 4.5. So I bet it's about 4.5 inches, which would be 10, 20, 30, 40 plus a 5. But it's about 45 centimeters. Will someone check that for me and tell me if I'm right or not? Send me a message on Seesaw. And go ahead and take a picture of all your pages, and then you're done with math today. And then click next in the module. I'm proud of you guys.